time for the love talk of the day. All right, this one may be a little tough to swallow. I want to talk about how to get the love back once you've lost it, or once it's been bruised, or once it's been challenged in your relationship. I remember a time in my own relationship where was married with a kid and everything, but my heart was just like, you know what I mean? I just didn't feel it. I think I had been gone too long. We had been traveling and, we hadn't been communicating right. We were communicating, but we weren't communicating our love. And so for me as a woman, with every day that passed that we didn't communicate, I lost a little bit. And I would take that to mean because you didn't want to. If you wanted to, you would reach out. If you wanted to, you would reach out. And I didn't understand how much love needs to be developed and nurtured. And I had to take responsibility for letting that happen. But I knew that I loved my husband, and I knew that I was committed to our marriage. So I was willing to do the work to take the brick wall that I was building in front of my heart, because I was so offended and I felt rejected, and I didn't know how to put words to my feelings. I just knew I was feeling something. You know how people say in your feelings. I had to identify what those feelings were, and I had to give a voice to it, and then I had to come out of agreement with it. I was feeling rejected, and he probably was too. We were brand new and really didn't know we were kids, you know what I mean? We didn't really know how to communicate and express our feelings. So anytime there was this disconnect, we would just go, oh, well, maybe she doesn't want to talk, or maybe he doesn't want to talk, or maybe they didn't want to go anywhere. And we slowly pulled apart from each other. But I really thank God for beautiful, strong people around us that held us accountable and said, oh no, baby, it's always weird when you first get married. It's always weird and uncomfortable. And sometimes it's not weird when you first get married. Sometimes y'all been married a long time and your kids is grown and y'all haven't talked, and you need to rekindle, and you need to refresh your love. I'm going to tell you where we started. We started first with prayer. We started with counseling and therapy, and then we took it one day at a time. And we just started talking about how we felt, where it hurt a little bit, where it was uncomfortable a little bit, and just started training ourselves to be in communication. Because sometimes you think love is supposed to be automatic and whimsical. And if it's not automatically there, then that must mean we're not supposed to be together. Sometimes you got to work at it. Sometimes you have to really take some time, put your ego and your fear and anxiety of what could not or would not, or any regret or rejection that you have felt, and present that. Hey, this made me feel ... When you did that, when you chose that event over hanging with me, it made me feel ... And sometimes the story in your head is not what they feel. It's just because it's partnered with rejection. Them going somewhere else made you feel less than. I understand that perfectly. But you have to learn to give voice to your emotions. Don't just sit in it and then tell yourself your own story. This probably means they're probably not interested. It's falling apart. And then you prepare to leave before you've even given yourself time to really work on the relationship. So make sure you give yourself time to let it grow. Don't let it die. It doesn't have to die. You can rebuild. You can refresh. Listen, I'm 18 years in, and that was many, many moons ago. And God has done a beautiful thing. That is my love talk for today, ladies and gentlemen.